for tomorrow. And that's why I'm here, and that's why I believe that public transportation is so terribly important, because it's an integral part of our daily lives, no matter who we are, where we live, or what we do. So it's exciting to see all of you turn out this morning, and I appreciate that very much. You can see that there are a lot of excited people out there. I will tell you there's an awful lot of excited people outside these four walls that are out there at their jobs today, that they're out there at their schools today, that are at the doctor's office today, but they are supportive and excited about yes for green light. I want to compliment and thank particularly Brad Miller and the entire board of PSTA and their staff for a wonderful, quality, dynamic, detailed plan that has been put forward. Most of you know that around the country you do not see these kinds of plans put into place so early in the game. But it's because of the foresight of many, many people, not just one or two, that this plan has come together, and they should be thanked and commended for their efforts. But their work is not done. Their work is going to continue as an education component. They're going to be out there continuing to talk to you at the Rotary clubs and your neighborhood associations and all parts of this county. But there are things that PSTA can't do, and for the next 270 days until the election day, we have work to do from an advocacy perspective. We have work to do because, and we're entering today, we're kicking off today this advocacy campaign. Because as I said, in 270 days, the people of Pinellas County will have the power to say yes to a better place to live. They'll have the power to say yes to a modern transit system that moves people around. They'll have the power to say yes to a transportation system that will not only move people around Pinellas County, but will connect them in an efficient and safe and secure manner to other parts of this region. This is not, we don't all live and work and play just in Pinellas County. We all go all over the place in this region, as you know. So it's my pleasure to stand here today and begin to tell you about the Yes for Green Light campaign that will be the advocacy portion of our movement going forward. Yes for Green Light. Chris Steinacher and I are members of the leadership team here, the steering committee for this organization. I'm going to tell you just a little bit about the campaign going forward. I'm not going to tell you all of it because we have some great surprises ahead of us. But we're going to talk about it and talk about how we can continue the public involvement. How we can continue that you are involved and we are listening and talking and communicating and doing this together. It is terribly, terribly important that we continue the same dialogues that PSTA has had through the Green Light Pinellas plan. Sure what that was. But it was a good thing. But right. There's only 10 rounds, okay? So fasten your seatbelts. But here's the deal. Pinellas County residents are no strangers. They've never shied away from making bold steps forward and taking risk in some cases forward. If you think back more than 100 years ago, our forefathers in Pinellas County decided they didn't want to be a part of Hillsborough County, and they succeeded from that big old thing across the bay over there. They wanted a different community. And yet, 100 years ago, not too many days ago, the anniversary was celebrated, Tony Jannus flew the first airplane across the bay. And created what has become the international aviation industry that we, to some degree, take for granted today. And much of that aviation industry, by the way, is still here in Pinellas County and still putting forth jobs here in this county. It's for them that we have to think about the future, amongst many other people. And then, as you well know, several decades ago, the people of Pinellas County, led again by some of the leaders that are sitting in this room, decided that we have infrastructure issues. And so they went and put forth to the citizens of this county and said, what do you think about having a penny for Pinellas that's focused on bridge repairs, bridge expansion, road expansion? And people said yes. And consistently the voters of Pinellas County have renewed that now 3 times. Again, taking those bold steps forward. And I'm here to tell you today that we have now the opportunity to take that next bold step forward, and that is working in an advocacy role so that in November of this year, the voters will want to support Green Light Pinellas and will vote another penny so that they can have a modern transportation system and can get from one point to the other, and a future of this county that they will feel good about leaving to their children and grandchildren and future generations to come. Well, how did we get here? Obviously, you've heard from PSTA today, and you've heard about Green Light Pinellas, and many of you in this room have participated in it, and that's wonderful. And I want, again, acknowledging PSTA and all the efforts that went through there to get us here, but I have to say that it's not just the people in this room. This has truly been a partnership amongst the residents, the voters, amongst all kinds of people from all walks of life. And you've seen many of them here this morning. You've spent much time with them in these Green Light Pinellas meetings, and you're going to continue to see them out there as we go forward in this campaign. Throughout the course of 2013, PSTA engaged the community in an education effort to explain the benefits of the Green Light Pinellas plan. See, really, Green Light means, as we've already heard, more opportunities for job creation, more opportunities for economic development in this community. Green Light Pinellas means a more modern transit system that we can be proud of. But the deal there is it's not just putting a lot of buses out there, it's making them work and connect efficiently and effectively and with high security so that you can get from one point to the next in a timely manner, on time, and not have to transfer 3 or 4 times to move around this county. It also means, Green Light means connectivity to other parts of this region, where we go, where our people work and play and go to school and go to the doctors and all sorts of things in their daily lives. And again, as I've said time and time again, it's about the people. The people are the drivers of this plan. There is indeed, as you see this campaign unfold, there is indeed a steering committee. And that steering committee is working diligently to begin the foundation of this campaign and moving forward. Another very important aspect of this campaign is an advisory board that has been created. And you're going to hear more about that in days and weeks to come. But several people have already stepped up, and this advisory board is again, a representation and a place for all kinds of people, all walks of life, all backgrounds, and all purposes to come forward and participate and talk about this plan, and talk about the campaign, and learn about what the next steps are, and how they can personally get involved. And that advisory board, and people like Don Ewing, Joel Giles, people like Kanika Tomlin, and many others have already talked with us about the advisory board, and they're going to participate in that as we go forward. And I would invite each of you to contemplate, if you have the time and interest and want to participate in that way, to let one of us know it before you leave here, or fill that out on your card and turn it in as you leave here this morning. And there will be other ways, many other ways that people can participate in this. But I can tell you that this campaign will communicate to all voters in all places and all the nooks and crannies throughout this county. And this is a big county, as you know. We will be involved in a vigorous grassroots effort that reaches people throughout all walks of life. We will develop and utilize social media, technology, and reaching people in that format as well. And we will keep the voters, the media, and all of you and anyone else that's interested aware and apprised as to what's going on and what the next steps are and where we're all going to be going forward in this campaign. Before I turn it over to Chris, let me let you take a small, sneak little peek of where this campaign is going and what this campaign is going to be like. So we have a short video we'd like to show you here that we're going to use, and it will be the foundation of